Hello, welcome to another session of Learn with Veer Sagar. Today I will talk about a burning subject, a burning issue for the country, which is unemployment, jobs. I'm not wanting to give, or I'm not suggesting that I will be giving a solution, although I might try in a later video. But today I want to give some tips to people who are looking for jobs. When we go to somebody and say, find me a job, what are you doing? You are looking at that person and saying, use your strength. Use your whatever you have to get me a job. Is that fair? Why don't you use your strengths to get yourself a job? And who else better to give you a job than you yourself? Years back, when I had just left DCM and I was starting my own company, Selectronic, a person who worked for me directly in DCM came to me and said, "Sir, I'm coming with you, right? You give me a job in your new company." And I said, "No, I cannot give anybody a job in any company, right? But what I can do is I can give you an opportunity. Take it." And I said, you open a canteen. I will give you the place and I'll give you the right to serve. You open a canteen and provide food, good, clean food to my employees. Right? So he took the risk, or he took the challenge, whatever way you want to put it, and started the canteen. It did very well. Canteen ran well till I ran foul of the pollution authorities. What actually happened then is a different story. Maybe at some other stage I will cover that. But all it happened is, in order not to get foul of the pollution laws, I had to close the in-house canteen. But that did not prevent this man from doing what? He was from Nepal. So he left when the canteen was closed. He went back to Nepal and started a dhaba, a small bedside restaurant. And 20, 30 years later, he is now the owner of a chain of bedside restaurant, doing very well. All I did was help him run his own shop. Similarly, when I moved into where I am living now years ago, one person came to me and said, "Sir, find me a job." And I said, "No, I cannot find you a job. You have to find yourself a job. And you can find yourself a job by applying to yourself. You be your own boss." So he said, "But what can I do?" I said, "Find out what somebody needs. People are coming here. They would need things. So find what they need and supply." So he went around and found that everybody is looking for milk packets. Because Amul did not have enough people here, customers here, to come and drop at our house. So he went and made a deal with the nearest mother dairy, right, to buy in bulk and distribute to houses in the colony. He had a bicycle and he used to distribute in the colony. Slowly, his clientele increased and the number of people that he was supplying increased. He was doing a good job. I mean, needless to say, you cannot grow unless you do a good job. You have to be honest and quality conscious and care for the customer. So he did that, and lo and behold, what happens now? He is now owner of a truck, right? And I think he's got one or two helpers, and he actually comes early morning with milk and other things and supplies to colonies. And I think he's gone much beyond our present colony because he's got a truck and doing very well. The third example, and I'm not taking credit for any one of these, right? I lit the fire or gave them the idea, little spark, but they had to do it themselves. Was a carpenter assistant. He used to come as assistant to a carpenter who was making furniture for our house. Over a period, when this project finished, he came back and said, I'm on my own. I mean, he wanted a job as a carpenter somewhere. And we told him, no, we cannot give you a job. Why don't you start on your own? So he started on his own and started making furniture. So much so that today he's a contractor, not just for furniture, but for the entire housing. It's interior decoration. He does not do the designing but he does all the implementation and does a very good job. And he has 8 or 10 people working under him. So don't go looking out for jobs. I agree there's an issue. We are not having jobs. We're not getting our jobs. There's a desperate mismatch between job requirements and job availability. The people skill and the skill required. And until that can be matched, or until you take the initiative to match, right, this is going to continue. So you have to take the initiative to match. You say, okay, what is the skill that I have that I can market and make a job for myself? And that skill can be anything. Find the skill and then find the market for it. Believe me that each one of us has a skill inside us. Each one of us has a skill hiding somewhere. Find it. And also, there's a market demand everywhere. There's so much demand for so many things. Go and find out a gap that this requires fulfilling. Go and fill it. I'll end up with a little story. There were teachers in school, librarians. There was a librarian in a school. He was not very educated, I think class 10 passed or something, but a very good librarian. Suddenly there was a change in the management of the schools, and they said, now nobody can be a librarian unless he or she is a graduate. When the school said, look, but he's an excellent librarian, does a great job, they said, sorry, he has to go. The guy was very upset. He said, I've given such dedicated service to the school, and this is what I get. So he said, okay, I'm going to indulge. So while walking back home in a foul mood, he wanted to have a smoke to cool himself. And he found that 6-kilometer walk from the school to his house, there was not a single shop selling cigarettes. He said, here is the demand. So he set up a cigarette shop, and over the years, he had a chain of cigarette shops and became a multimillionaire. Somebody from the press came to interview him, and he said, sir, just imagine you're not educated, and yet you are the owner of such a big empire. Think what would have happened if you were actually educated. And he said, I would have been a librarian in a government school somewhere. So there is an opportunity everywhere. Go look for it. There's an opportunity, there's a skill inside you, bring it out and look for that opportunity where you can use the skill. With that, it's Veer Sagar saying thank you very much, but please don't forget to like, subscribe and give comments. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye.